So the flip side of the coin is, of course, the Power BI side of the coin. What does that look like? Well, it's composed of a number of different aspects, but the key difference is that the Excel services can be turned on and lit up today inside Excel. With Power BI, you're going to want to go out and procure what's known as a Power BI site for Office 365. So it's using the power of Excel and Office 365 to provide you data discovery, analysis, and visualizations from that data that you already have in Excel. It lets you collaborate more efficiently, and it really reduces the barriers towards deployment of a full business intelligence environment for sharing reports and accessing information. We have a lot of customers who have this image of business intelligence being a series of large servers that they have to purchase, and a database administrator who has to run them and back them up and keep them clean. All of that is done on the back end with Power BI for Office 365. So realistically, all you're doing is sharing and collaborating as an organization on the platform. Specifically, what does that look like? Well, there are a couple of different areas. The first area, and the one that you'll see when we dive into the demonstration, is the ability to quickly create a collaborative site. If you're used to working with Office 365 or SharePoint, this will look relatively familiar to you. It contains a number of reports and featured questions and documents that every single member of your organization can upload to one single location. So as I said in the introduction, the days of having multiple people go to a file share or hop onto someone's desktop or connect to another machine to be able to get the Excel workbook that has the critical information, none of that needs to take place once you have a Power BI site. You can load very large workbooks up into the Power BI site and then allow people to view and interact with them so that they can actually look at the data as it's coming in, rather than having to do this awkward hopping around to find where the Excel sheets are. By having one centralized location, it also ensures that all of your data can be stored in one site and then searched across the entire organization with one site as well. All of the Power BI sites include a component known as the Data Gateway that can connect to any existing databases that you have inside your organization. So it's not just people uploading Excel documents into here and being able to get intelligence from that. You can also connect it directly into your data sources, whether that's a SQL server or a MySQL server or a DB2 database. So if you've got existing data sources, you can hook that in as well to be able to surface that information. Once you've got all of that data surfaced on one site, that's when you can start to take advantage of the advanced features. So things like queries for the team. In addition to sharing a workbook, you can actually share what that query is so that people can be able to build the information out as needed. Frequently, we work with organizations where some members of the executive team will know some bits of information about the business and some will know others. The head of HR might know the recent number of people that they have acquired and the cost of those acquisitions. The CFO might know the total amount being spent and left over in collections. The chief operating officer might know the burn rate for existing projects that are coming in. By having shared queries, you can actually share that query across all the different individuals who need access to it. So instead of needing to know specifically, hey, what type of information do I need to search on, you can simply publish that information to what's known as a data catalog. The big benefit of that then is, even if you don't happen to be the person who knows that query by heart, I can simply in Excel choose to go and select the data catalog and see, here are the popular queries that are either useful to my organization all up, or useful to me on the executive team, or useful to me in my role. So being able to do that is critical to reducing the amount of time that people spend. Think in your own organization today, how much time do people spend hunting, not for the data, they know the data is in the system, but for the question that will light up what they need to know in that actual data.